Today, we're at Contemporary Calgary, where we will preview a film that celebrates the enduring influence of African traditions. And then, we meet a local figure skater who will be competing at the upcoming Special Olympic Canada Winter Games. It all happens now on Living a Creative Life. Unganesha. Explore, connect, dance. That's on the screen behind me, but beside me, I have the beautiful Wumi from Mweso, Africa. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you, Adora, for having me.
Tell me, what is this Unganesha thing that we're seeing on the screen? I feel like we know you as a dancer. How did we get to film?
Well, we decided to culminate all the stage performances into a film. We've been getting a lot of interest outside of Canada to watch the production, but we didn't have the access to it, so we decided to just have a film and then use the film to be able to educate people about dance and the happenings in Calgary. Plus, we felt that, celebrating Black roots, we didn't have a lot of Black dancers on stage. So we created the Black Arts Development Program, developed scriptwriter, actors, and also dancers, and added them in the 2023 production, which they did tap in hip hop, and now we have a full, robust production, so we decided to make it into a film. We knew that without us doing what we needed to do and bring it in, not just here's dance, but giving some historic context, archival images that show specific date times, as well as having, storylines being the theater part of it. If we didn't do all of that, to be able to tell the story in a very authentic way, in a way that people resonated with it, it wouldn't be done. So we felt it was needed, and I think the whole world knows that too now. I believe that, now that this production has been done, a lot of nuances of where the formation of these dances came from is now dispelled. We know that a lot of people who have performed, choreographed for the production have left there with that information too, because they didn't even know. So it's really an educative production, and we want to make sure that others are able to see themselves in it. Those cultures that were, pioneers of these dance genres, they don't have that access to know that that came from them. So just being able to share that information in a way that it's giving them history context, I think really helps just be able to own in on what they've done and how they've supported the dance ecosystem.
So all dance has a history, and all dances have context. And so that context could be anything from the political context in which it exists, the social context in which it exists, the artistic context in which it exists, even the linguistic context in which it exists. So there are so many interesting histories that have a lot of depth that we can look at that go beyond just what are the moves. Dance is not a reflection of culture and society, but also a contributor to. Dance is more than its movement, it's also its people.
I'm very proud, I'm very excited I was able to contribute my part, because Latin culture, Latin dances have also a lot of influence from the African roots, right? So Unganesha felt so naturally organic to me, because it was kind of like going back to rhythms that I learned in school, rhythms that I learned as growing up. Being able to educate others and connect with others through dance, which is, priceless.
A lot of my dance training has been rooted in those who have gone to West Africa and taken the lessons and brought them back to Calgary. Even if it's just a spark of curiosity, definitely explore that. And this provides a different way, because people don't learn the same way. Some people like to embody it and they want to take the classes. Some people want to see it on the screen. Some people want to have the conversations. So definitely also reach out to people you think would also learn from it. If they're a visual learner and they love great dancing, this is going to be the thing for them. Hoot, holler, support. We love to hear it.
Well, we do it for Black History Month, and we've done it for Black History Month for the last 7 years because we want to make sure that people understand the history of dance. Dance is something that's normalized in, going to the club, going to parties, even when you just want to celebrate, it's dance. But why not understand the history of specific dance styles so you can be able to identify with the story and also learn? I think history is very important because you know what happened back then and you're seeing what's going on now and how it's continued to evolve. Calgary is such a reluctant city, And being able to create this type of production and now in a film shows that the reluctance is now being broken, because now we're being innovative, now we're being exploratory, and we're actually pushing boundaries so people can see that Calgary is a hip and hopping city that has really cool people and creatives.
And remember, yycwhatson.ca is your one-stop shop for arts and culture listings in the city. Please welcome Jordan Tyson to Living a Creative Life.
For figure skating, it is the love of my dance on the ice rink. I started skating, I tried Special Olympics when I was 17 years old. It really changed my life for me to compete. It gives me a chance to work hard, for me to be strong and staying healthy. I've won gold in Austria. I won 3 times in provincial games.
Wow.
I won 2 times in nationals. I was skating to ABBA,
Oh.
Mamma Mia.
Love it. Do you have a good outfit for it?
Yes, I have a good outfit. It was a jumpsuit and it's so blue and it's aqua blue.
I love that so much. Why did you get an interest in art?
It feels nice to create. It's from fabrics.
Yeah.
We sew together. I created dolls and it's very detailed and it's made from clay and hair from yarn. It takes a while to dry.
Oh. You also drew a painting of the father of the Special Olympics?
Yes, Dr. Frank Hayden, he's the father of Special Olympics. I did the painting and the burning of the wood.
Yeah. So you have lots of skills.
Yes, I have lots of skills.
That's amazing.
I personally am a figure skating coach, so I started in figure skating and then I started working with Special Olympics. I now 100% work with Special Olympics. Something about the joy that you see, like it doesn't matter as small of an accomplishment, so to someone may think, well, they just did a jump on the ice. The joy that I see and that you get to see from the athlete is honestly, it's life-changing, and that's why I love doing it. It's just so different than anything else I've done and worked with before. As a coach, like we still are quite hard on our athletes in the sense that we know we can push them further to motivating someone to go to their potential or beyond their potential. So I find like how I coached in figure skating versus the Special Olympics is the exact same way, because you're always trying to get an athlete to their full potential. Whether they're in Special Olympics or not, that's our goal. I would say my one thing is go watch an event and you will see why we need this in Calgary, why we need it in Canada, why we need it in the world. It's like the most rewarding thing as both an athlete and a volunteer to ever be part of. It's super awesome. There's a great community that's involved in Special Olympics. Especially with nationals coming to Calgary right now, I really think it's something that we need to be talking about, because these athletes have been training super hard. This is their way of getting into Worlds, which happens in 2025 in Turin, Italy. So they've been training super hard. For them, it would be really nice to have lots of people there to support them. And it's such an amazing organization that really brings everyone together.
Remember, for a full rundown on the arts and culture scene in Calgary, check out yycwhatson.ca. See you soon, or maybe sooner, on Living a Creative Life.